you can master it.
Correct.
But you got to make sure you got the right pieces to the puzzle.
You got the right pieces to the puzzle.
What I say every day is crazy that a person without nothing can always tell you how to get something. You know, just like I said, yo, a virgin can tell you how to have. It's always somebody that's not in a certain place that can give you advice on how to get there. And I disagree with those. Like I said, those are liabilities. What we just talked about a little while ago. A guy, it's like somebody telling Alex how to hit a baseball, but they never played baseball, been on a baseball field.
He called me earlier, it's like, yo, when you spar, I'm gonna come to the gym. I'm like, I'm gonna spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was gonna pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he say, so a hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate them. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better and better.
Floyd Mayweather has disclosed fascinating behind-the-scenes information regarding Shakur Stevenson's sparring sessions with Teofimo Lopez, igniting renewed discussion among boxing enthusiasts.
Yeah, but don't even stand right. Don't know nothing about boxing. So it's even like the commentators that watch our sports tell you how to tackle, how to catch footballs, and if you correct them and tell them, you know what, you don't know what you're talking about, they get upset, and that's when you hear so many. You hear so many bad stories because people always want you to tell them what they want to hear. They don't want the truth. And why?
Based on insider sources, Mayweather Jr. paid a visit to Shakur Stevenson's training camp and imparted his boxing wisdom, assisting him in refining his punching technique, precision, and timing in preparation for the Teofimo bout.
Throw the punches, your stance must be right as far as your pivot. You start off with your pivot, get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab goes. Jab. This is called a 1-2. Boom, boom. You bring the hook with it. You can go to the body. Jab. This double jab. Triple jab. Short hook. Wide hook. Short hook. Wide hook. You go to the body. Slide over here. Slide over here. You drop on the shots like this, You go here, 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 Back with the jab, Down to
Stevenson has openly stated his passion for sparring days, describing them as his most cherished aspect of training. Alongside sparring, Stevenson's training camp is also prioritizing footwork drills, defensive reactions, and distance control. He frequently dedicates numerous rounds to perfecting timing instead of pursuing knockouts.
I didn't think an extra hour or anything was going to make a difference because of the fact that I've been doing it all week. The 6 in the morning, the day before, I've been going super hard for the weight. I'm a real fighter at the end of the day, so I wasn't trying to make a stand for a fighter. I was just...
He got picked on the world team. Every 2.5 years, he's gained weight. He moved up in weight. So, like, the weight gain and him going now is part of his natural growth process been going on. And so, I think he's more adjusted and he feels much more comfortable.
For Shakur, training revolves around eliminating chaos from the fight and compelling opponents to function on his terms.
As trade chases.
Multiple insider reports have disclosed that Shakur Stevenson has partnered with Terrence "Bud" Crawford in preparation for the Teofimo Lopez fight, completely immersing himself in every lesson.
Terrence "Bud" Crawford, definitely a hell of an experience. You get that type of knowledge, that type of IQ. I look up to Bud a lot. Honestly, he one of the realest dudes that I done met. He's still a normal person in his head. Like, he don't believe that he's above everyone else. And that's how I feel about myself.
You seen me around a lot. I don't know. Don't act like you ain't seen me around them days. He said
Bud, come on. Terrence talking, I try not to talk back. I try to just listen.
Straight, boom, straight shot. Like right here, boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam. That's when the motherfucker trying to run out. When the motherfucker trying to run, there you go.
Even if I don't feel the same way that he feeling at the moment, it don't matter. I still want to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying.
If you hear, what do you think he can throw in the hook? Because you out the way of the right hand.
He like a sponge. He soak up everything that he need to soak up, put it into his arsenal, and then he make the best out of everything that he learned from everybody.
Then throw it straight left to the body.
At the end of the day, you don't want to feel like a know-it-all. The people that know it all are the people that don't go very far. You gotta always be a student. You gotta always be able to learn and pick up things from this person, that person.
He's a work of art. The sky is the limit with Shakur. He got the boxing skills and the ability to, do whatever he wants in the ring. And it's gonna be very hard to beat Shakur, with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. And given the opportunity, I think he can pose a great threat to everybody.
Meanwhile, Stevenson maintains a rigorous diet to sustain his intense training as he transitions to 140 pounds, meticulously balancing weight gain while preserving his speed, power, and endurance for the Teofimo clash. Teofimo Lopez's preparation, in contrast, flourishes on intensity and energy. His camps are recognized for explosive workouts that reflect his fighting style, which is quick, powerful, and unpredictable.
Manifesting, bringing in some good positive affirmation and thoughts. I try to do all this, as much as possible. I think it's also good for us, not just as fighters, but as human beings. It's good for us, It kind of lets us be aware, of the actual things you could write down and actually create and manifest. I wrote down I was going to be a world champion one day. Boom. Did it. I wrote that I was going to be one of the best fighters to live up this time, and boom, we're doing it.
What's it like hanging with this guy? He seems pretty awesome.
It's incredible, man. He's definitely a special human being, in everything he does, in the boxing gym. He's a people's champion, He's constantly giving back to others. You see the human side of him,
TEO is tackling this fight with fresh confidence and an elevated sense of purpose. Viewing it as a career-defining moment, he has made it evident that he feels mentally sharp, physically powerful, and completely in sync with his training and preparation. Rather than being burdened by expectations, TEO is welcoming the spotlight, convinced that this is precisely the kind of platform he was designed for. His mentality demonstrates maturity and hunger fueled by past experiences that have fortified his determination. Lopez perceives this bout not as pressure, but as a chance to display his complete arsenal, his speed, strength, ring IQ, and competitive fire, while reminding everyone why he remains among boxing's most dangerous and gifted fighters.
So then again, it's like I could always succeed to another level with it, and exceed to it. So it's really just trying to just keep it going, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You gotta have fun with what you do. I love this. I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. This has been 20 years in the making. 20 years in this, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready, and emotionally, I'm on fire, I'm on fire with it, because all I ever did was try to be great, and it's no longer trying. I am great, and it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get, because
Lopez has been honing his skills under the expert guidance of Freddie Roach, whose experience and strategic insight have introduced a fresh dimension to his training. In the gym, Teofimo concentrates on high-intensity rounds that simulate fight night pressure, merging power punches with rapid combinations and footwork drills. Freddie stresses timing, defense, and capitalizing on openings, pushing Teofimo to think 2 steps ahead in every exchange. He has stressed that his focus in camp has been on sharpening instincts, trusting his capabilities, and maintaining discipline from beginning to end. For Teofimo, this matchup is not merely about winning a fight, but about re-establishing his position among boxing's elite. He believes the sacrifices made in training, the lessons absorbed from previous battles, and the hunger that initially propelled him to the top have all aligned at the perfect time.
That open.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nerves in the end.
The tempo does.
Get up a little higher. Do it. Do it right hand. That's it. Right hand. Quick. Quick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right hand.
Lopez has made it evident that he isn't entering this fight simply to compete. He's committed to protecting what he's constructed at 140 pounds. As the reigning WBO junior welterweight champion, Lopez emphasizes that his title isn't merely a piece of metal. It symbolizes years of sacrifice, pain, and unwavering dedication to his craft. He's consistently described this bout as more than a challenge. It's a defense of everything he's accomplished since emerging onto the world stage. Lopez's mindset reflects a fighter who comprehends what's at stake, both professionally and personally, and he maintains that no one will easily take what he's earned.
Of being in the ring,
Yes.
Shakur Stevenson.
For
Obviously,
sure.
you guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the 2 of you?
Yeah, face-off happened, things of that nature, just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face-to-face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny and the.
In an interview with Cigar Talk, Stevenson has publicly clarified why he never signed with Floyd Mayweather early in his professional career, and it boiled down to respect, vision, and how he perceived himself as a fighter. When Mayweather first approached him following the 2016 Olympics, Stevenson felt the manner in which he was presented, smaller and less prominent on a promotional poster, didn't reflect his value or aspirations, and it prompted him to question how he'd be regarded in Mayweather's camp. Beyond the poster, Stevenson said he wasn't comfortable doing things the Mayweather way and preferred a route that enabled him to remain authentic to his own development and team. Ultimately, he decided to sign with Top Rank because he felt they provided a clearer path to early title opportunities and treated him with the recognition he believed he deserved. Stevenson explained that one of the primary reasons he didn't sign with Floyd Mayweather early in his career was because Mayweather wanted him to do things his way, and Stevenson wasn't comfortable with that methodology. Stevenson said Mayweather wanted him to follow a path that excluded the people he trusted and respected in his corner, and he didn't want to compromise his own vision and methods simply to fit into Mayweather's system. Stevenson made it clear he preferred doing things his way with the team he believed in, and ultimately selected a camp and promotional path that granted him the freedom and role he felt he deserved.
The Olympics, like I said, I watched the whole Olympics. That was a moment, and you know, like I said, at this point, I think that's when everybody really started hearing about you. Like once the Olympics came about, and Floyd flew out there to go see.
Facts.
Floyd was all on you that whole
Facts.
weekend. Just outside looking in, I guess everybody was surprised that you ain't signed with Floyd because it just felt like niggas is like, oh, he the next Floyd. Floyd, you know, he's courting you.
Yeah.
What you feel like? What was it that made you like, you know, not do a deal with Floyd?
See, look, like, you know, a lot of people look at that situation, they be like, yeah, you should have like went with Floyd. But like, I'm a real nigga. I'm gonna be real. Fuck it. I'm gonna just say what it is. Like, I'm a real nigga. So like, it's just certain things that I tolerate, I don't tolerate, and it's like, you know, I got around certain people that I felt was like real niggas, and you know, they kind of helped me out with my career, and like, Floyd didn't want to be like involved in that. Like, he didn't want to accept like the real part that he wanted me to like go through it with, you know, I ain't gonna say he wanted me to go through blind, but he wanted me to like do it his way.
Right.
And I ain't want to do it his way, so it ended up being like I did it my way, and I went with the team I felt was like a better team for me, and I feel like right now it's paid off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, was that a hard decision though? Because you got to think like, this Floyd, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas growing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd, my favorite fighter, right? So it's like, you know, because I work in music, so I see that, like, you know, when it's an artist trying to sign you, it'd be a little different just because you have an emotional attachment to it. Was that a hard decision for you to, like, tell Floyd, like, nah, I'm good?
Yeah, it was, because at the end of the day, Floyd calling my phone, he on the phone, he like, yeah, you could drive the Bugatti. You could, like,
money talk.
Yeah, so it's like, he all in your head at the same time, but it's like, you still in your brain. Like, I know.
Stevenson has outlined his plan of action for the fight with Teofimo Lopez, and it centers on control, both physical and mental. Shakur believes the secret is to mentally frustrate Teofimo by denying him rhythm and space using sharp footwork, constant feints, and precise counters. He plans to make Teofimo miss early and frequently, forcing him to overreach and abandon patience. Each defensive slip and clean counter is designed to erode Teofimo's confidence round by round. Shakur Stevenson plans to approach the fight with control, patience, and intelligence, concentrating on slowing the pace and forcing Teofimo Lopez to operate entirely on his terms. His objective is to dictate distance, timing, and rhythm, transforming every exchange into a subtle reminder of who is in command in the ring. By remaining disciplined, calm, and defensively sound, Shakur believes he can gradually wear Teofimo down mentally before breaking him down technically. He trusts that frustration will accumulate as clean opportunities become increasingly difficult to find, leading to mistakes and openings. Once that mental edge is secured, Stevenson anticipates the fight will tilt decisively in his favor, allowing his precision, timing, and ring IQ to take over and control the outcome from start to finish.
We need to be pushed today. Bring the smoke, baby.
And I think this is the year where I'm gonna make them hate me even more.
We gonna lose. We can't lose. Because all we do is win.
You already know what I was popping pills with him, been falling back from Killadale, because I might try.
As the dust settles on the build-up to what could be one of the most significant title fights of early 2026, the approaching showdown between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson represents far more than simply a clash of two elite boxers at 140 pounds. Scheduled for January 31st in New York City, with Lopez defending his WBO and the Ring Junior welterweight titles and Stevenson aiming to become a four-division world champion. This fight has captivated fans and pundits alike.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney setting the trend. Devin Haney setting the trend, yeah. Yep, he's setting the trend. Now all these young guys starting to test themselves against each other now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see who the best is, yo. And then the winner of this fight right here needs to fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? Keep it going. Keep it going. But anyways, look, this is a message, man. Anybody that's gonna be working that hard, y'all better make sure y'all do y'all damn homework. I'm talking about any commentators, any host, anybody. Do your damn homework, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna be one of them fights where it's gonna be rock'em sock'em, both guys hitting each other and stuff like that. No, it's gonna be small, little nuancey type of things that if you don't know what you watching, you can't tell us what the hell is going on. All the fans at home gonna be like, what's going on?
Do you believe Stevenson's precision and movement will frustrate TEO and secure him a major victory? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.